Every parent hopes to raise a well-mannered and disciplined child, and that could take a lot of work. In our previous video, we introduced a discussion on toddlers and discipline and said that toddlers begin to understand the concept of discipline at the age of 2 or 3, but some can actually understand or grasp that concept earlier than others. In today's video, I want us to continue with that same discussion, and I will introduce to you a strategy that you can use to develop and lock in a behavior that you want to introduce in your child, or change a bad behavior into a good one. I know this is a method that you've used every day in your everyday parenting, and it is actually commonly used, but most times it is used generally and doesn't have much impact. So keep watching this video to learn more. Hello, welcome to Wholesome Parenting. My name is Betty. So as I've mentioned earlier, this video we are continuing on the discussion on toddlers and discipline, and we'll introduce a method that you can use to develop a behavior in a child and lock it in so that it remains with them for a long time. So before we go further into this video, I want you to think of a behavior that you'd like to change in your child or to develop in your child so that you can make your parenting easier. I know it is very difficult to parent a toddler, but also very interesting. And once you've thought of that behavior, I want us to talk now of this strategy. The name of this strategy is praise. Praise. I know you use it all the time, and praise, in definition, it is expressing approval in some way. So when your child does something, you approve it, like you congratulate them or say, well done, great, that is so good. You know, you express approval for that behavior, and it's common, it's a natural thing that when a behavior is praised, it remains, even for adults. So it works very effectively even with toddlers, with preteens, with preschoolers, with kindergarten children. It works well at any stage, but now we are focusing on toddlers. So for example, you are training them on to use a potty, and it doesn't seem to work. So this is the behavior we want to change. This is the behavior we want to develop, or this is something we want them to work on at this stage. Yeah, so I use this as an example. And before we go any further, I want to say that this kind of praise that we are talking about in this video is very different from the common general type of praise, the one that, you know, you just throw praise words around, like, oh, well done, oh, that is so good. That is very good, you know, you can keep doing it. But at this time, when you're focusing on this one behavior, we are going to do a special kind of praise that has features like it has to be specific on this behavior. So if you're training them to use a potty, and at one point they actually use it without you pushing them or shouting or screaming at them, you congratulate that specific behavior. So you say, well done for using your potty. Second, it has to be done enthusiastically, like show that you really recognize that they are doing this. So put a lot of emotion into it. So like, well done, you use your potty, that is so good. And then include a physical touch to it, like you can pat them on the back, rub their head, hug them, you know, increase this will make it look more enthusiastic and show your child that you're actually focusing on what they are doing, that you're actually taking note of their effort. Remember, they're just toddlers, so they are observing almost everything you're doing and you're saying and how you're responding to their action. And you know, if you are with toddlers, you will know that when you praise them for something, they want to repeat it again. They want to repeat it. They want to do it again and again so that they can see that awesome reaction. And then number 4, make sure you do it at that time when that action or that behavior has taken place. If they use the potty correctly right now, praise it right now. Don't wait for afternoon. Of course, now toddlers, they will have already forgotten what they did at that time. So if they have done it now, praise it now. Like, wow, you've used your potty correctly. Oh, that is so good. Well done. And they will catch it. They'll say, oh, so when I use the potty correctly, mommy is happy. So they want to do it again and again. So they will learn this behavior, and within a short time you will have locked it in, and you will not need to remind them to use the potty again. You will not need to follow up. They will just let you know, oh, I use the potty, and it will be easy for you to do parenting. And this applies to every behavior. I think I use that of potty training because it's really easy to illustrate. But think of this: if they're probably throwing tantrums when they're asking something from you, which is a common thing for toddlers by day, because their love language is crying and screaming. So when they want something from you, they call you, mommy, I want my toy now, and they'll be screaming for it. Not that you've denied it from them or you have hidden it or something like that. They are just asking for it, but they are shouting and they are crying, and if you delay even for a minute, they'll be crying more. So if this is the kind of child you have, it is time actually to start training them to ask for something nicely. So the day, because of course they're not throwing tantrums every day, there are days they're asking nicely, and there are days they are asking very aggressively. So on the day they ask nicely, praise them and make sure it is specific on this behavior. Like, well done, you asked for your toy nicely, well done. And you make it very enthusiastic, and you tap them on the back, and you make sure you do it at that time, because at that time you notice, oh, so mommy really appreciates when I am nice. Yeah, and then they will grasp on that and keep doing it. It's the same when you're teaching them to share. It's the same when you notice they're biting and screaming at other children or kicking them. All those behaviors that you would like to change, praise is a nice place to start. And it's not just praise, because in the following episodes I will, of course, teach you other methods that you can use, other strategies that you can combine with praise that are really easy to work with. And when it comes to discipline, most parents like me who are African mothers, we know a big slap or a good beating will do the job. Of course, it may work, it may not. It worked for us and our children, but in this generation, it may not really work. Especially for a toddler. Why are you beating a toddler? A toddler may not understand really why you're beating them. They will not understand that that is a consequence to what they did. But when you praise them, it actually works better. Praise actually works better than beating, than any other kind of punishment. When you focus on the good things, even the Bible says good outdoes evil. So when you focus on the good thing, on praising that good thing, you help them to develop it and leave behind the wrong things. So use praise effusively, and then keep it on wholesome parenting, because I've prepared more videos with more strategies that you can use on your toddler that will make your parenting less stressful, with minimum tantrums. With a toddler you cannot expect zero tantrums, but of course with minimum tantrums, and you'll have a good you'll enjoy parenting at a toddler stage. And these strategies still work well with children at any age. So if you have a preschool kid, kindergarten, primary school, preteen, high schooler, they will all work. So no matter what age your child is, take advantage of this and start using it. Praise, not just the common praise, but focusing on that certain behavior that you want to change, and then you work on it. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. If you're a subscriber here, thank you so much for your continued support. Please share this video, comment, like, tell us what you think, tell us other strategies that have worked for you with your toddler, and we can incorporate them in our next videos, and that will be awesome. Thank you very much. Bye.